We're still in the infant stages of building this thing, what we want it to be and what we want it to look like, but we're making significant progress. But, we live in a week-to-week season, and I think everyone in our league knows what it is to go play at Troy, and also the type of football program and football team that they have. I have a tremendous amount of respect for their head coach and for their football program. So it's going to be an extreme challenge for us, to say the least. But again, I was really proud of the way our players competed. We were able to score effectively, answer calls, all the things that go into playing on the road and learning how to play winning football on the road. I thought we were able to accomplish that.
Thank you, Coach. We'll start off with Luke. Luke, please go ahead.
Hey, Coach. I know earlier in your time at Arkansas State, when things weren't going as good as they're going right now, you always talked about the things that need to be done. One big thing you always talked about was complementary football. And we've seen that in these last 3 weeks with the 3 wins. We've seen a lot of complementary football. Where do you feel like you're at in that regard right now? Where do you feel like you need to continue building at? And ultimately, what do you need to do to get accomplished this week other than a win over Troy before going into the bye week?
Well, in terms of complementary football, I think it's ever evolving, and I think each game presents a different challenge when it comes to complementary football because no two games are ever the same, and all the things that go into it are different. The dynamics are different. So I think we've been able to play complementary football in different aspects, starting in the Southern Miss game, and then obviously this past weekend at UMass. But, being able to turn turnovers into points and not kick field goals, but score touchdowns in the red area, being able to answer calls. It's controlling vertical field position in your special teams. All that goes into playing complementary football, and it starts with having great synergy in all 3 phases of them working together. And it's something, as you know, we stress a lot in our football program. In terms of this week, again, it's going to be a great challenge in all aspects. Very talented football team, senior, junior dominated. I believe 6 seniors and 3 juniors on defense, 7 returning starters. It's a program that knows how to win. John has done a tremendous job there of building a mentality, a mindset, a level of toughness. The first thing I look at when I watch a team on video is I watch their special teams, I watch their coverage teams, and they're violent, and they love to play the game. So, for us, it's just continuing to get better and better and put our heads down and just keep building to be the best team and reach our full potential that we can as a football team this year.
All right, we'll go over to Jeremy. Jeremy?
Hey, Coach. Good morning.
Morning.
We talk about Jalen Rayner a lot, and for good reason. He's done very well. But over this 3-game stretch with all the points scored and the wins, who else can we give credit to turning the team around? At least, who do you think in the clubhouse is responsible for that?
Well, I think it's been a collective effort. And, we talked about is playing winning football at the quarterback position a lot of times is a byproduct of the other 10 individuals around them. But I think it starts up front. It's a line of scrimmage league. I think we've been able to be balanced, which has really helped with, our play passes, our RPOs, our naked game, our keeper game, and then being able to effectively run the football. So I think it's really been, a group effort. We always talk about being 11 for 11 in terms of execution in the details and the discipline to execute over a long period of time. And I think we've been able to do that offensively. We've had very little missed assignments. So I think it's been a combination. We challenged our wide receivers last week that they needed to step up. I thought they answered that challenge. Now this week, against a high level quality opponent, that's going to be even more challenging. But I think it's really been a byproduct of all, 10 other individuals around them, helping them out and making plays for them. I think the other thing in this stretch, we haven't really turned the football over, and we haven't had very many drop passes, where at the beginning of the year, we had way too many drop passes. So I think it really comes down to the overall discipline and the ability to execute from down in and down out.
All right, we'll go over to Logan. Logan?
Hey, Coach. This may be long-winded. I'm sorry, but you talked about the receivers and you talked about just them stepping up. But the explosive plays is something I really want to focus on because going back to last season, James Blackman had, I believe, 14 deep completions. This season, Jalen's already up to 10. What do you think clicked in this offense this year, especially with Jalen, and how's he been able to find so much success going deep?
Well, I think it goes back to Jeremy's question earlier in terms of, first of all, we're able to have some stability in the pocket. Our offensive line has done a good job of letting Jalen be able to really go through his progressions, exhaust his progressions, go through with his eye discipline. And then to Jalen's credit, he throws a catchable football. He throws a softball. So, he's been extremely accurate so far with the deep ball. So I think, the receivers running the proper routes, the depths, all that goes into it. So again, I think it's, Jalen's doing his part in terms of getting set up, his mechanics, going through his progressions, the ability to exhaust a progression, knowing when not to force the ball and get the ball down to your second or your third read. I think that's helped. I think his ability to extend plays with his legs a couple times where we have a deep shot called down the field and he's able to extend the play. I think that helps as well. But also, again, it's a byproduct of the other individuals around them, whether it's the tight ends, the running backs, the receivers. One of the, you look the way we started the Southern Miss game in the first play of the second half, that was all Jaquez Cross. Jaquez Cross did a great job. They brought some internal pressure. He was able to pick it up, and Jalen was able to set his feet and throw the ball to Courtney. So there's a lot of things I think that goes into it. I just think we're executing at a higher level right now.
All right. Thank you. And thank you, Coach. Do appreciate your time today.
Have a great week.
You as well.